there is such a temptation and a drive towards doing more in your business. When you're just starting out, it's all very overwhelming and there are so many different people telling you to do all these things. And so that's already difficult and overwhelming to be pulled in all these different directions. You feel like you need to do everything at once. It's almost harder when you're further into the business, when you have a lot of these things in place, because then your schedule's already full. You're already creating content for 10 different channels and you're doing videos and audios and blog posts and you're networking here and you're doing those collaborations. And then if something new comes, how on earth are you going to put that on top? And yet we continue to add things, let's face it, as we used to do in our corporate world as well, until unfortunately we reach that inevitable conclusion of burnout and we can't continue. So the trick is to catch ourselves before that happens and really look at, hang on a second, as we used to say in my corporate life, what should we be stopping, starting and continuing? Meaning not just starting new things every month, every time we do a strategy. Oh, I'm now going to do Instagram. I'm now going to do reels on Instagram. I'm going to do 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 posts on Instagram every day on top of everything I'm already do. We need to identify what can we stop doing in order to make space for this new thing that's coming on. So what do we need to stop? And then we can start certain things. And there are some things that we need to continue, the things that are working. So what we also don't want to do is stop doing something that actually is working or hasn't had a chance to work yet because we haven't done it enough yet. So stop doing more. If you really have done the due diligence of understanding, yes, this new strategy, new channel, new tool, product, service, whatever it is the right thing for you, have a look at your priorities, have a look at what you're doing today and see, okay, given this new shift, what can I take off my plate? Now, if it's something that still needs doing, can you outsource that? Can you delegate it to somebody else, to a freelancer, to an assistant, to an agency, wherever you are in your business, to a team member if you have a team? Or can you delete it altogether? Is it something that, you know what, it served its purpose, it has had an important impact in the business, but now I'm at a different level. I need to mix things up a bit. I want a step change rather than just this kind of incremental growth. And actually, I need to stop messing about with this thing over here. So rather than doing just more of Instagram, let's say, if we take that example, how about stepping away from Instagram or just keeping that on sort of a low burner and going into real life meetings maybe, or networking, or doing more on LinkedIn, doing different strategies rather than just doing more, pitching yourself to the media, pitching yourself to other podcasts and so on. So I'm not saying these are the right things for you to be doing. I'm just saying maybe let's question, is it just about doing more? No. Is it about doing something different? And above all, what can you stop doing in order to make space for doing more? So stop doing more. Come on over to the podcast to dive into this topic a little bit more. I think it's important. It's certainly something I need to hear, which probably means it's something that you need to hear as well. Stop doing more. Find ways to stop doing some things in order to make space for new ideas, or perhaps avoid that shiny object syndrome and really continue to deliver what you're delivering now to really allow that to get results. And then once you've consolidated that, then we can layer things on. So check out the podcast episode over at reimaginingsuccesspodcast.com. You can find your favourite podcast app there and you can check out that latest episode.